Hey, hi Pawan. Anyone else going to join?
That's right. Yes. One of my friend, I'm waiting. One of my colleague, I'm waiting for him to join. Just give
Okay.
me a second. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, he's back in the US. It's 11:30 p.m. Right? So I'm trying to reach
Mhm.
him. Yeah, he said he'll join. 5 minutes back as well, he pinged me.
So can we start or else like we can wait for him?
Yeah. Just 2 more minutes. Yeah, just two more
Okay,
minutes.
okay, okay, sure, no problem.
Hey, hi Vasu. Vasu, can you hear us? Yeah, Vasu, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Vasu. So we have trainer as well on the call and also the coordinator. So we are actually waiting for you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Having
Yeah.
little trouble in opening my machine is a little bit slower. Sorry about it.
Okay. No problem. Yeah. So yeah, we can go ahead. Yeah, we can go ahead.
Okay. Uh, Thanks for joining. I'm Krishna, and I'll be a trainer who is taking care of this whole transactions or transitions in terms of GenAI space. So before that, I would like to know your expertise in, what is your expertise, and based on that, I can able to create a curriculum with a, so that I can cover what are the topics, because based on your ideologies, so that I can create a topics, and that should easily go in your mind, right? Because that you can able to apply in the real world. So I really need your introductions, and then what is your skill sets, and what's your proficiency in Python, and then we'll take it further.
Okay, thank you. This is Vasu. Um, in the AI, I did quite a few university courses. Most of them from the AI, from the leadership point of view, and doing all the project, but not really, the hands-on part, project management, where to use, how to use what models, how to, all that stuff that include Gen AI, all to the LLM, everything. Learned everything to the end to end. But the only thing is, it's not fully hands-on. With that said,
Okay.
when I say the word hands-on means it's not totally off the hand. I know in and out means when we were doing all this, there will be some kind of training material and the things, how these things will work and all, right? So how do you do the training, and what's the 20, 30%, 70% depends on how you train it, what are the different models. All of that is like I went all through it. Okay.
Okay.
And some of these AWS, what do you call that? AWS and Google Vortex, everything I did, all those basic fundamental things that they provide. So I have good knowledge of what and how it is. From coming back from the Python point of view, I don't have experience, but I have a lot of experience in coding. I did from COBOL to mainframe, and also I did a lot of other Java and some level of C programming I did in the past.
Okay.
Recently, we were doing mostly like the SQL programming. Yes, probably I can easily pick. It's not a big of a deal from the point of view. So the last thing that you asked is, okay, what's you're looking for, right? So I did all these things. I can literally pick up anything creative and all the things I can create. But the only thing is I'm not totally hands-on. The idea is to pick the project and finish end to end rather than depending on somebody else. That's where the small gap is. And also from the industry point of view, if I'm really looking from um, the pure model development or any API development for it, or if I want to sell the product of myself, building some, I have a lot of ideas how to build some products and a lot of creative things. I want to build end to end. One, just the marketing things, how, where, and when. And also from that LLM point of view, I want to build some chatbots related to it, applying the tags and figuring out and do it. For example, in our environment ourselves, we have a lot of documents. It's not easy to find and try to understand what it really means. So I want to build something that make more sense out of it. So I want to take the general LLM model and try to train our model in a way that I'm looking at, and then let the system answer. So if you ask any question about our policies or questions, how do I get my access, rather than going and searching, it will look into it and provide all that nice things to my customers, and they get the access. I'm just giving some simple examples. Like we do have like a chat bot and
I
answering a
agree.
lot of these questions to our stores. So I want to improve those. Those are the things basically want to take the module and implement end to end.
Okay, cool. Makes sense. So, one last question is, do you have any exposure on building traditional machine learning or deep learning based models, or have you implemented anywhere in your previous experience?
So as I said, so we have some models that they have provided with the data. We ran with NIME. Using the NIME model, NIME tool, we end up building some of those, but not in a productionalized execution
Okay.
mode. It's like from the training point of view, how these things are working, right? Those are the things we did, but not making it like productionalized things, right? So that's where the whole difference is.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Vasu. I got it.
And the idea, just to keep it very precise, is in our environment, I want to take these models that I have rather than depending on anybody outside my team or even within my team. I want to start doing on my own, and I don't want to depend on anyone. I want to build end to end, making it. So we do have, I don't know, you're familiar with H2O. That's one
Okay.
of the simple product. The difference between any of these products versus H2O is it will build the algorithm for you rather than you come up with a parabolic and all the equations. It will build the model. That's the most important. Most of these models are very difficult to produce and make it consistent because the quadratic equation or any shape that you have, it's hard to build. They are not like, as a picture says, like, bell curve or any of that, right? They go off and on. But this particular tool will generate a customized formula for you and builds a quadratic equation for it. And then you can go from there, which is very, very dynamic. So you don't need more maths or statistics, and it will build on its own.
Correct. So what I understood is you need two aspects. One is, the document extraction or automating some tasks or whatever, right? That we can
Correct.
purely go ahead with agentic AI or GenAI, but for that we don't want to train that model because model training within GenAI space is totally expensive, right? And fine tuning also when compared to infrastructure and everything. So if you look into GPT-4 or 5, 5 is coming on. So GPT-4 has been trained with a lot of millions of data and it needs a very huge infrastructure and so on, right? We can take small language models and we can train that. But the use case which you are telling is mostly, there's not much needed to train that model. There is a concept of RAG.
I gave
Right.
just one simple,
Yeah,
but
right.
the ideology is using like making like a conversation, making
Yeah,
something for my customers for different languages to use there. Now we are talking about some French, and the idea is to let everybody can directly talk to my team and have interaction like a chat, but not the other one. I have some ideas. I'm just giving
yeah,
some
sure.
like kind of vague
Gotcha.
examples.
because these are two entirely different topics out of it, right? Model training is
Yeah.
literally
See, these two are one LLM and the other one is the regular models, right?
right,
So, like, I have much interest in the marketing, right? Where my models are, where and how these are working so far, and where I can generate the more revenue in different angles and different predictions. So,
right,
if I predict this, is it coming or not, right? So,
right.
I have some
Yeah,
ideas, but I don't want to, just it's a
sure.
company related, so I try not to put too much outside there at this
Okay.
time.
So just to give insight, 99% of the world are running behind Gen AI and agentic AI, not with model training, right? Because the big stoppers like Google or OpenAI, they are building the models. We are just utilizing those models and make our system automated and make our system intelligence.
No. So let me go very specific example, right? So for example, so we get a lot of invoices, right?
Right,
So
right.
especially the telecom, we get like hundreds of those, and we want to convert those PDF invoices coming in, tapping through the email, and then this is one of the model that most of the users are using right now. Get those and convert that into and read that formats, get the data out of it, strip out of it, and then put it into the table that is going straight into the Oracle ERP system, and then from there automatically place the invoice and pay the amounts and come back and also validate, comparing with the previous values, how is it up or down, or how it is, what's the expected value based on what we used, and kind of variations to that too. So a lot of these models that they were talk about, they're not really from outside, right? They're supposed to be trained to specific to yours. So that's the,
Got you.
I try not to speak, but that's one of the example I'm just telling.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this concept we can achieve it through RAG and agentic AI. So RAG is retrieval augmented generation. So maybe while doing our curriculum vitae, you can got to know all those things, right? Because I used to live with this kind of use case in and out every day. So yeah, okay, makes sense
So
also.
those are the things I'm really looking at, not like a basic, what do you call that, basic information I don't need. At least probably the people who joined, maybe they are interested, my team, they may be, but I am not, because I have done enough more university courses and whatnot. I have done quite a few. So I even led some of those projects and I got some awards for those too. So I know what and how and what I need to present and how do I sell those things. But I want to now literally get to the hands dirty and making it work rather than depending on anybody. I try to start with my own, with my colleagues in that class. Unfortunately, they are in the same boat. We're all not totally hands-on. So the things that were thought of developing are kind of stuck. So
Got you, makes sense also.
that's the whole background, what it is. But also the Krishna and all my team, that some of them are joined. So it's also very helpful for anybody, not just myself, right? Taking these are all, as you know more than me, right? So these are two different aspects. There's not like this versus that is like a day and night difference, right? So how do you get these things, and also biometrics, whatnot? Even I have all of this, but these are all totally different aspects of what it is. But I want to get these, each of those scenarios, and literally do the hands-on, and how to get these things up to the mark, making it productionalized, making it cost efficient. How do I drive it? There are some concepts. Even I was looking at NVIDIA. I even took the training of the hardware for that. Actually, recently finished. There was some NVIDIA courses also available. I just finished that one too. So in that, they were all talking about how their products and what product do you need to do, what's the more efficient way of doing it. I have my own thoughts, but I want to hear from the leaders and people who had a lot of experience in the real world than theory. I'm not much interested in theory now. I'm really interested in the practical perspective, how I can implement and how I can manage and how I can take it and sell it literally.
Okay.
I think you need to talk to the rest of the team too, but I just told my prospection. So
So rest of them also belongs to your team or from different verticals?
I believe Krishna, could you please let me know? I'm not sure who joined.
Yeah. So yeah, we belong to the same team, Krishna. But yeah, we don't have much exposure on AI and the models like what Vasu does. We only have basics of Python, just to load the library, do some graphs, and then anything to automate for SQL. So we're all basically infrastructure administrators, and
Got you.
Vasu is a cloud architect and beyond. So yeah, so in that area we know how to automate things with Python, but not much into generating models or even working, maybe a bit of working on the data, like I said, right? How to load the library and some bit of machine learning, just the fundamentals of machine learning. So basically, you're you're talking to a group of people, someone who is on the earth and someone who is on the cloud. That difference we have.
Got you.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So I assume you guys haven't worked on any production ready Python based implementations.
Right, exactly.
Cool. Okay. So I think all are in the same boat, I assume. So let me go through the topics which I'm going to cover if nobody's having any questions.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just sharing my screen. Okay. Hope you can see my screen now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I split this entire duration of training into 3 areas. First is Python, right? So data structures in Python, it's nothing but list, sets. I think you can find all those things in YouTube or whatnot. But I want to cover where we are going to use these kind of things within our AI applications, right? That is my focus. But the basics and everything within the data structures or whatnot, you can learn anywhere. But where the applicability of this particular list within our things that I'm going to cover here, all those things, right? So data structures, roots concept, functions in Python, multiprocessing, what is a fast API? Because fast API is the widely used API services for all the GenAI services, right? And coming to GenAI, I'm going to talk about basics of NLP. And why I'm covering NLP is you may thought about it again the theoretical way, right? But I just want to say how this GenAI has been evolved from NLP. And transformer is a very key base here because within the transformers we have different layers and so on. In future, if you are well versed with GenAI and agentic AI, still if you want to train any of the LLM model itself, right? At that time, this transformers, everything will help you a lot. Okay. And there are different things because all these things we are going to achieve through Python coding. So prerequisites of Python, and coming to here, what is embedding and how you are going to do the embedding, what are the different embedding models available, how you can achieve it through Python. And coming to vector DB, again, the same thing. There are different kind of DBs available, how you are going to connect to DB through Python and do chunkings, what are the different chunking strategies available, and for which use cases, which of the chunking strategy you want to select, and coming to hybrid search, semantic search. These are all the things we are going to cover. So this is the hot topic in the market. It's nothing but agentic AI, where the agents can autonomously take the decisions. Previously, we automated only through GenAI for document extraction, whatnot. Now, if you want to automate any tasks where human is trying to do, for example, if any of the DB is getting error out, so I'm going to build an agentic AI application. This is going to identify what is the root cause of the error, and for identify the root causes, we want to look into different places, right? So you can look into Kibana, or you can look into Splunk, or you can look into any of the database, network issues or whatnot, right? Look into all those issues and try to fix that issue, which we can call the self-healing, right? Self-heal, and if not, try to create an incident or Jira ticket so that human can interaction comes in. So these are all the topics which I have designed so that I can cover for all your folks. So just let me know if there is any questions on that. So for each and every area, there should be an end-to-end, use cases we are going to build it.
The only thing I can request here is, more or less like taking examples and implementing the project type, right? Rather than just the theory. Nowadays, the struggle, what I realized after doing all this AI is theory is always a theory. You won't get anywhere.
Correct.
And the world is changing. By the time you finish the theory of one level, the second theory is coming up, even before you finish it. So it's always catching. So we really need to take the examples of real lifetime examples and take these and implement step by step, and hopefully
Right.
once we do few
Definitely,
optimizing, probably just
because we
just a
cannot
matter of time
go.
that the rest of them
It's
can be implemented. The RAG
it's a
models and the other AI agents that you're talking about. Image processing also you have. I don't see that.
I haven't
Because
included in this curriculum.
when you talk about the LLM, right? I don't see the LLM. Where did I miss? Oh yeah, the last line. 42.
Right.
So in that, we're talking about. Yeah, this is also getting important. The reason why I can say is in regarding the healthcare or even document processing or anything that we just talked about, right? Or even any image that what we have, how you extract your data from there and try to process within it. And the image processing is just not only that, right? But also for us, like, we validate the image. If you give an ID and we have to see if that ID is a valid ID or not, there are certain criteria how to look, what to look, and depends on that, right?
Yes.
How the model looks like and validation of those, right?
Right. Yeah. So all these things I'm going to cover both theoretical as well as examples, including Python coding. Why? Because if you look into semantic search, right, you want to understand what is a semantic search, how it is different from this hybrid search. Without knowing the concept, how you can directly deep dive into the coding, right? So I'll explain everything. For each and everything, I'll go through examples and the respective coding for the same. At which place you have to use this hybrid search and where you have to use the semantic search, and what is the difference between semantic search and lexical search, what are the question similarities. So each and everything we have to implement through Python. And before going through, I will give some heads up a theoretical way.
Okay, it's fine as long as these are all covered, right? And I'm hoping when we are talk about the example, like, taking the section by section and implement those, not just okay, how the function really mean, right? That.
Correct. So basically, these are all individual components. Okay, RAG, lang, till then these are individual components. And at the end of this code, after we well versed with all these concepts, then we can build an end-to-end application.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. That's what I used to focus, because the directly going into the project without knowing the basics, I won't prefer or entertain anywhere. So
yeah, no, I understand. It's not just myself. I mean, if these guys are all going to join, they need to go up to some extent, right? So I had to be fair with them too. So.
Yeah, I can share this curriculum with you here. Maybe you can also
So Krishna,
go
you
through it.
prepared this. Is this a general curriculum that you do with each bit, or have you tailored it based on requirements? What we just
I
spoke.
just tailored it while
Okay, while
I
we were
get
talking.
information
Okay.
from whatnot.
Vasu analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is what is the most popular right now, and it's hard to do. I mean, do you know what do you see the most popular one right now?
So this is the buzzword here in the market right now, agentic AI. But in order to know the agentic AI, you should have to know all these things. That's the problem.
No, that's
Okay.
fine. I mean,
Yeah.
what we are trying to say is if we need to land in that area, because I'm trying to target to get into, because I try to keep my title as a cloud and data. The reason is I try to get away from my database. The word as a database, I'm trying to use the different words altogether.
Mm.
So when I'm trying to use these words, this is the right time that I want to get into the AI world, and I want to use those. So
Yeah.
focusing
This is
on
the
what is that exact, I mean, this is only this is just only one portion, right? But there are a lot of other things that are there. What are the other things that people are more familiarized, and what is the whole market is? What's the job market is saying?
yes. The total job market is acting towards agentic AI. On top of agentic AI, they're building their own applications. That is how they are working on it. So maybe you can say
Yeah,
if you look
building the
into
REST API. Where is that REST API building? The one that you talk about, fast API, is
yeah,
basically you're saying you're going to build the API, because that's
correct.
all these whatever the models we are talking about. It's the building an API for somebody else to call and get the data, right?
Exactly. It's a fast API. REST API, so because fast API adds more flavor to it and it's more tightly coupled with agentic AI and GenAI flavors because it has a lot of additional features that serves the business for GenAI and agentic AI. So REST API they'll use for traditional Python development or whatnot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
not good in the Python, by the way. So
yeah.
that's why when we were doing all the training, the way how we learned all this AI is using the NIME. So I was
Ah. Mm.
so I'm more into the NIME. That's why I installed NIME on my
Okay.
laptop.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's where I was talking. Because see, when I'm trying to learn the subject, I try not to focus on these other languages, because if I try to focus on it, then I lose my track on learning. So
Right.
uh,
Okay.
okay, I mean, I also try to search. I believe it's more than just only that one. Actually, I was trying to see the crawling method of going into the social media, collecting the information about it, right? That's
Uh,
also I'm hearing a lot.
yes, that is because without data you're not going
The
to do
word
anything,
they
right?
use, the word they use called crawl method, right? The one that they go out, especially in social media and the market. The reason I was trying to explain is if I need to understand, for example, in my company, right? Recently they put a cap in the Canadian government putting a cap on interest, how much we can charge. That
Right.
if I know by reading my social media or by reading the paper, I would have got that even before somebody even talk about it, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that is like, reading from outside world web pages and constantly reading and digesting and converting the relevant messages into formatable one, where I can also not only this particular functionality or a law that comes into action, what is my impact,
Mm.
and also the other idea is, a lot of tariffs are coming, right? If it is a supply chain model, if that tariff is implemented, if that particular product or a piece of material that I can get, what is my alternative, right? What are how you can look? There are different scenarios and things. So I believe it's more than just a genetic AI, because it's like a lot of other things are there. I forgot top of my head. I was like 11:30.
Yeah.
My brain is a little bit
No problem.
off.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's a document, right? Document in the sense there are different kind of documents, PDF, Word, web crawling. You can so like a lot of methods are there within this document extraction itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is one way. Another way is you know uh you can directly go
Reading the
and search.
social media, especially right, the Twitter and
Correct.
Facebook, and reading from that social media is the most important nowadays, right?
Yeah, sure. That everything comes as a part of web crawling.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the most traditional way where we can get the data, right? So this is
So as a part of this also, so when you are using Python, just have the basics, right? But on the top, you need to go, different types of modules Are you trying to link to AWS or Azure or Google, or you're trying to say just plain vanilla, trying to use ChatGPT or something that you're trying to hook it to?
Okay, so the platform we are going to write a code that may vary, but the base code is not going to vary anywhere, right? For example, if the data sits in S3 bucket, then you should have a Python code to read the data from S3 bucket, right? So, so if you know the Python base and read the data from any of the sources, it's just 2 lines or 3 lines of code. It's not going to vary much. But within AWS, if you want to do the training in AWS, then we want to go out with SageMaker, right? So there you can build all the code. But again, the code is same. If you write the code in the local machine or in the AWS, the code is same. But if the data sits in different places, the interaction with the data may vary in the Python code. That is one perspective. So what you are looking for. So do you want to build everything within one platform, or maybe AWS or Azure, or how would you like to do that? Because always the code base is same, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll just take some sample of what the other one is, and also I was looking at ML ops. Actually, I was looking at that one. I forgot
Okay.
the whole life cycle of how the code that goes into the the models are not going to be one single model you take it and implement, right? There's a cycle that you use, how you automate the whole cycle, MLOps or something they call it.
It's here in this topic named as AI ops and LLM ops.
Yeah, that's
So I'll cover it under deployment and integration.
I thought they call it as MLOps, right?
Yes, ML ops is for traditional machine learning models. Okay, and these we can call as LLM ops, because these are all we are interacting mostly with LLM models, right?
The life cycle I'm talking about. Sorry, I
Yeah.
should have used.
So it's an LLM life cycle. The CA ops, LLM ops, and ML ops all saves to the same notation, but the models may vary, right? So in the traditional AI models, there are a lot of things out there. If you look into something called continuous model retraining, right? But here in this case, it's not continuous getting the data and load into our DB, update the KB up to date with our hybrid search or whatever, right? That concept is called LLM ops. So there is a heavy lift and shift from ML ops to LLM ops, because LLM ops covers lot many when compared to ML ops. That's what I say. Because your use case is trying to build AI based, Gen AI based, or agentic AI based application, then you should focus on LLM ops. That's what my suggestion is.
Okay, no, I'm just giving some example, right? So
Yeah,
you are the expert, so
right.
more than
I'll give you
anybody. So.
some basic example. 2 years back, I was working in
How,
machine learning
yeah,
models.
okay.
Yeah, 2 years back, I was working on for machine learning models. At the time, I was leading the entire AI ops team, right? So, sorry, ML ops team. So the practice like CI/CD integrations, how the model retraining happens, and everything has been defined based on that ML model, that machine learning model. Now it's an LLM, large language model. That's not in machine learning, right? So here we have to move to LLM ops, large language model operations.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
Krishna,
you're
please go
right.
ahead.
Actually, I was just looking at in the search while we are talking. The line 26 is one of the most prominent one they are looking at nowadays.
Right, yeah.
And also they're talking about multimodals and lang chains, RAGs. Those are the 3 or 4 main things that people are looking at this time.
Right. Good.
Okay, so how this is structured that you're planning to do, and also, how long we are talking about. Of course, it depends on how much how much time you can spend per week or day or whatnot, right?
Right.
And also your timings that works for you, and how much you're planning to charge and whatnot, and all that. If you can help us understand, that will be great. Duration is one of the key thing, really looking for, and also the timings.
Sure, I'll work with the coordinator and I'll ask him to share this information. Because I want to put the timeline for this because it covers a lot of informations, right? It is a big course now. So yeah, I'll work with him and I'll give us an exact timelines and compensation for all those things.
Okay.
Normally, what time suits the best, Krishna? Is it morning or evening or quiet?
Morning IST time suits well for me.
Morning is a little bit night
Because
for me. That's
Vasu,
also.
so
Okay, so evening in the sense,
sorry, yes, yeah.
what is your preferred time for
Evening is our working hours, which is easy because we can tell we are in the training. What training they don't need to know.
Like starting 5:30 Vasu, 5:30 p.m. or
No, I don't know. I'm trying to say our EST morning hours, which is basically our working hours, right?
yes.
They're at the time if
IST
we can get
evening
something.
IST, right.
That will also, we can put it in our timesheet that we are in the training. So it's much easier that way.
A bit tough for me in the evening because my meeting usually starts at 6 o'clock and till 10 o'clock. Okay. So that's the thing. So morning, I used to prefer morning times, but I'll talk to the coordinator. So.
Okay. Yeah, because there's another thing. What just let you know, we are right now in the training of Terraform and Ansible. Okay. So that itself, our buddy Krishna scheduled it at 10 o'clock. So it's like 10 to 11 is something that he scheduled. So that means
Yeah.
like so
Parallelly, we are also taking a Terraform and
right after doing the same thing could be a little bit difficult. That's the reason we're trying to see if we can get something in the EST morning hours that where we can be more productive. At least we'll have some break in between these two sessions.
Okay.
Because this is more important than the other one. You know what I mean? Because this is going to be a life-changing ones that we all need to be up to the mark on. But Terraform and all, if we are not perfect, you can learn. It's not world is not going to end. So.
Okay, I'll think about it and I'll bit the coordinator.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any time in the evening, which is basically like we can try to adjust our office schedules and try to push those meetings and try to block it up and try to do that. That's the reason. Anytime.
Yeah, I'll check the feasibilities. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, just look into it, and with what you have, what is your you have a gut feel what it is, right? So what do you think an average time that it takes?
Because first you should be well versed in Python. Python may take if I spend 1.5 to 2 hours in a day, so this Python may take at least 2 weeks so that you'll get your hands dusty within Python. And this entire GNA stuffs, this concepts and everything makes 2 weeks. And after that, we can have these projects. For the projects, we can dedicatedly spend for 2 weeks because this is a key area.
Yeah, the projects may take more than 2 weeks, I believe, right? I mean, theory is.
I'm just talking about the GNA project. Here I am coming for Agent AI project. Okay, there are 2 things, right? Yeah. A rough estimate I'm saying, right? It's based on number of projects.
Yeah, right? I understand.
Right. It's 2 weeks. Here also 2 weeks, 2 to 6. And again, here we can take 4 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, of course, it also depends on how fast we
on the rough run time, it may take around 2 to 2.5 months to cover everything. if I spend 1.5 hours in a day, 1.5 to 2 hours in a day.
So when is the possible time? And also, just to let you know, I'm trying to take August end. I'm trying to take a India trip for vacation. So that could be
Okay.
like 2 weeks or so. But other than
Uh,
that, any time in between, we are all willing. Even if you want to start tomorrow, we are ready, at least hopefully.
Yeah.
Depends. I mean,
And just before that, I have one question. So to the coordinator, not sure if I have to ask you. Do you look at minimum audience that you need to have this session to attend?
no, it's not because minimum audience. So if we get number of audience, and again, the duration may increase, right? We have to answer their
Because
questions and so on.
currently we are what about 4 or 5 people?
That is a very good count, I would say, because if you take more than that also, the impact is
So
going to
that's
be
what I'm saying.
more.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
if everyone are willing to join. So I'm not sure. Are you okay if like 2 or 3 people as well, or do you need a minimum there?
No. 2 or 3 hours fine. I think it's fine for me.
Okay.
Yeah. But only
Okay.
thing
All
is the duration may increase, right? That's my only concern.
right. The duration on what
Duration in the
basis?
sense, for example, now we have 3 people, right?
Right.
So if you're going to work on embedding, I'm going to clear the doubts for you. 2 or 3 people may ask the doubts to clear that. But if 10 people comes in, so I have to clear all the doubts for them. Then again,
Yeah,
obviously the
obviously
duration
that.
is going to
Yeah,
increase.
yeah.
That is the
All the
only
doubts for
challenge.
each and
Rest
every.
everything I'm
Yeah.
good with anything. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I need at least a week time to just structurize this entire thing.
Yeah, based on
Post
the
that we can
requirements
start.
that we
But
got. Yeah.
before that, I just want to check on the timings, right? I'll check my feasibilities because as I said, evening is very difficult for me.
Oh.
My team sits in US. I'm in
Oh,
India.
same like us. Yeah.
I'm in India,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
So all my team except
Understood.
me, I have 3 to 4 resources in India. Rest around 5 to 6
Okay.
people are in US. So it's
Okay.
that's the problem. Let me have a feasibilities and I'll update
Sure.
the coordinator
Yeah.
based on that. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Based on that, we can plan.
sure.
Krishna, you will talk to the trainer regarding the price and the duration and hours
Yeah.
and what.
So there's
Exactly.
coordinator as well on the call, Vasu. He'll
Okay.
talk to the coordinator. The trainer will talk to the coordinator, and coordinator will get back to us.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think that's all for now. Yeah. Anyone?
Yeah.
All
Any
right.
questions?
Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for your
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Thanks for your
Thank you.
time, Krishna.
Thank you, Urban.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah.
Really appreciate, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll associate soon. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you also.
Yeah.
Bye.